What's up, everybody? Today, Grace and I are in the White Mountains National Forest. More specifically, we're in Franconia Notch State Park here in New Hampshire. This is our parking lot view. We got I'm not sure what mountain that is, but it's a big one. But today, we are doing an overnight loop where we're gonna hike up to the top of Mount Liberty today, and then we're gonna do a hike across like 3 more mountains, including Mount Lafayette, which is I think the second or third tallest mountain in White Mountains besides Mount Washington. So yeah, we're about to get started. It's pretty good weather, clear skies. Hopefully it goes well. Starting off the trail by crossing under, oh, my dog. Crossing under the highway right here. So I believe, pretty certain that is Mount Lafayette, and then that is Mount Lincoln. I don't know, that could be Mount Lafayette. To be honest, I'm not really sure what mountain is which, but I know that I'm gonna be on top of them tomorrow. Feel a little bad, but we took a wrong turn. We're actually hiking down the bike trail, which is, it kind of sucks because the hiking trail is right there. Yeah, it'd be nice. So we just did probably a half-mile section through, it's like a state park campground or something, where there's a couple of waterfalls you guys saw in the video. It was neat, but there was way too many people. Not really why we came on this backpacking trip. So the first 2 miles or so of this hike, not great so far, but now we're actually gonna be on a hiking trail, getting up into the mountains. Hopefully there isn't anybody, and should be a lot better now. All right, guys, we are on the Liberty Springs Trail, and oh, it must be part of the Appalachian Trail. Anyway, we're taking the Franconia Ridge Trail tomorrow. I think we're hiking at like camping at like 2.5 miles, so a little bit more to go. We started our incline. Pretty rocky, muddy terrain here. So, yeah, it's interesting for sure. We made it to a river crossing, and this is actually our last good water source before our camp, so we got to fill up all of our water bottles and everything right now. We've got all of our waters filled up, and we're just gonna take a break here. We're just gonna sit by the water here, drink some of this ice cold water, some fresh mountain water. Yeah, look at that smile, so pretty. We're done with our break, getting back on the trail. Next stop, what's this called? Liberty Springs Campsite. That's where we're going, I think, right at the bottom of Mount Liberty. We got a pretty big, tough incline here. It's gonna be a good one. It's a pretty brutal hike so far. I mean, we've climbed probably 1,500 feet in the last mile. So yeah, it's a fun one. Grace is having a blast. Hey, Gracie. It's all right. We're working hard. It'll be worth it at the end. We passed some people coming down. They said it was really hard, but going up to the top and the peak made everything worth it because it's supposed to be incredible views. This is the flattest part of the trail we've came along in probably 3 miles. This trail's so rough that you can walk about 100 yards, then you have to take a minute or 2 break to catch your breath. There's no way, I mean, I'm sure some people can. There's no way we could do this nonstop without taking breaks. This is quite the rock scramble here. These rocks are bigger in person than they look in video. We've made it to Liberty Spring tent sites, and as you can see, you gotta do a lot of like registration and stuff too, kind of confusing. We'll figure it out. We found ourselves a platform. I think this tent site has 10 platforms or so, but we got number 9, and it looks like it's trying to have a view. We're definitely up here in elevation. It's a good site. Not too many people here. There's water, which I didn't know, so I packed a whole bunch of water. But yeah, we would have been fine. There's bear lockers. It's a nice campground. So we did about 6.5 miles today and gained about 2,500 feet. But the funny thing is, the 2,500 feet was actually all within, what did I say, the last like 3.2 miles. Before then, most of it was actually a coast downhill through a valley, and then 3 miles, 2,500 feet. It was a good one. And we still got some more to climb tomorrow. Shouldn't be too bad, but there's a good amount of climbing, but it's spread out through a better distance now, so it won't be as difficult. So it's about 6:30 this morning. Grace and I are probably the first ones up at this campground, so I'm trying to be a little quiet. Yeah, we just got up. We're probably not gonna eat breakfast because we got a lot of cake to eat at the top of the mountain. Didn't get light here as early as I thought, but that's because we're on the west side of the mountain, so it took a little longer for it to get bright. But we're just gonna mosey on around and we'll get up hiking in a little bit. We've got our campsite all packed up. We got a really early start actually. What time is it? Probably like, it's like 7:30 maybe, 7, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, we're all packed up. We're about to hit the trail. Got a little bit of an incline, then we got a beautiful view, hopefully, if it's not cloudy. All right, guys, we're back on the trail. We are heading to the Franconia Ridge Trail, and that's only 0.3 miles away. Hopefully we have some great views up there. And yeah, we're leaving the tent sites. Here we go. The trail didn't get any more forgiving since yesterday. So we have made it to the Franconia Ridge Trail, also known as Appalachian Trail. So we started about 3 miles ahead of this, but there was no elevation until we hit the Cascade Brook Trail. So 3.3 miles of elevation, and when we say it was uphill, I mean there was literally nothing but uphill. We climbed 3,000 feet right there. There was no breaks. So now we're heading on the Franconia Ridge Trail just in time for a cloud to come through.
I honestly won't be scared because nothing is scarier than that incline.
I don't know how you're supposed to climb this.
See, I guess press. Okay. Oh my god.
Fun?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Is there more?
Kill myself.
It's a very hard trail. Luckily, we have these incredible views to keep us satisfied. Because right there, you see miles and miles.
This would be so cool. You can go. I don't think we took the wrong trail.
To the summit of Mount Little Haystack. Some brutal wind, brutal weather. But I think the sign says, I think we're here. Oh no, the sign's right here. There it is. Okay, cool. Sorry. After some planning, we're underneath this rock right now, keeping us safe, but after some deciding that this is brutal. So we're on top of the Alpine zone right now, on top of Mount Little Haystack, and you guys saw how brutal that was right there. There's about 3 more miles of terrain like this until you hit Mount Lafayette, and then you start going downhill. But there's also a cutoff trail that goes right to this mountain to where we parked actually, and we think we're gonna take that back because if there was views and it wasn't 50-mile-an-hour winds through a cloud, we would definitely keep going because that was our plan. But it's almost not safe to keep going, so we're gonna call it that. We're gonna head down the shorter ways. So it's Grace and I's. Oh, it blew out. I don't think it's gonna say that, but it's our 1-year anniversary today. So we have our wedding cake here, and we're gonna eat it on top of the mountain. So, yeah. Great started our descent down. Right now in his face. Grace is probably 15 feet ahead of me. It's hard to see her. This is extremely sketchy going down, but because of these clouds and the rain, everything's just soaking wet and super slippery. So we're just moving at an extremely slow pace, trying to be safe. We got to a spot where it's actually no giant boulders, and you got flat ground where you can actually walk a little bit. It's not too bad. You can move a lot faster. There. So this has been extremely sketchy so far. We had to hike that right there, where the trail follows the rock on the waterfall. All right, guys, we've completed our hike. Did about 11 and a half miles and about 35, or it was like 36 or 37 feet, 3,700 feet of elevation change. Yeah, it was hard, but it probably wasn't worth it either because we didn't get to see any views. Not my favorite hike I've done. I feel like if there was good views and we could have seen stuff at the top, it totally would have been worth it, but it just didn't work out for us. But if you watch this video, thanks for watching to the end, and hopefully we'll see you next time.
I hate this.
I want to tell everybody what happened.
I just blew boogers out of my nose.
Grace walked through like 3 spider webs and she had a spider crawling on her face.
Look at this.
This trail's so fun. Really? You're right in the camera. Let's get over. Taking a video of the waterfall. We had to hike that right there, where the trail follows the rock on the waterfall. And back there, Grace fell, and I jumped after her, and I fell too. I did too.
No, you couldn't act like you were just coming.
I saved you. I saved your life. No, okay. She fell, and I panicked, and then I fell, and then we both just slid down the rock a little bit while some Asian lady laughed at us, and it was embarrassing.
Asian